Hello, this is Reuters. We're live at the BAFTA red carpet, year 2025.
Yep, good, thank you.
Calm before the storm.
If the basket gets free. No, I don't think so. He should be here like 2:30. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you. See you later.
Put my hand in your pocket because I don't hold. That's really nice.
I love the bow. I love it. Sorry, that's more. There's so many faces. I'm going to email people. And there's like right there. I've seen some Please tell me you've got a coat. You're over here longer than me. I have. I just had a coat. I'm going to let down. I'm going to come in this way. Right, we're going to bring Sarah and Jane. She's not. Right, whether she's. With the film. Oh no, I mean in general.
it, then obviously.
Okay, thanks so much.
Would you be interested? Okay, amazing.
Okay, I'll tell her leave.
Parja.
Hello again. Listen, it's the season for Iron Jacket.
It is sneaky. Are you interested?
Thank you very much. I'm re-wearing, because we're Sustainable Awards, I'm re-wearing a Vivian Westwood dress. Patron and fan of your piece. Am I going to read them right now on this part? Well, actually, the good answer is The Man in the White Suit.
This lady
is one of my
next to
four
me.
favourites. Really genuinely.
I need to know this stuff.
Because it's directed
Don't
by
worry, at the
Alexander
moment.
McKendrick, who Alexander McKendrick wrote this most
Trying to get cutaways.
Okay, you can get a cutaway of this lady.
before I went to film school. It helped me to reach him out. So he was an Ealing comedy guy. The Man in the White Suit, if you haven't seen it, is a masterclass in comedy and criticism. Then there is also Point Break. And that's which one?
Oh, is it?
Sarah.
Confirmation be it. Yeah.
That's Sarah.
I see Jeff is amazing.
Great.
It's not a photo.
Fine. Perfect. And then let's
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, hello, I'm very well. How are you?
Feel free to test me on my knowledge at any point. I've done so much.
Yeah. Why we haven't talked to anyone yet?
Oh, you are pushing back. Happy birthday. Yeah, I was like, these are my favourite earrings. I was like, it's my birthday. How are you doing? Are you all right?
We've got Gladiator.
Cool.
It's fine.
That kind of thing. If you're free.
Yeah, bring them over.
Yeah,
We know what that is.
It's a film that is really kind of he made its way through all seasons, pressing on merit. What do you think its secret is?
I think its secret is it's a thriller, and it's not a message movie. It's not just trying to entertain. It's giving you an opportunity to spend 2 hours, just getting out of your life for a moment, as you see. He was actually on Patrick Melrose. He got involved in Conclave and was working on some book. While we were shooting, he was all over the map promoting Allflight. We kept traveling.
Oh, do I?
Coming
Yeah.
back and
Sorry.
He's tireless.
So what do you?
Sure. I'm Michael Jackman, producer of Conclave.
Congratulations. And then you are leading the way. The BAFTAs. How does that feel today?
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, 12 nominations, a lot of nominations. And what I love about it is it sort of touches all the crafts and talent and skills that were needed to make this movie what it is. And so I love that recognition for all of our people, costume and production design and cinematography and editing. I mean, just wonderful. And of course, the acting.
I mean, we're here in the UK. This could be the night for Rafe to pick up.
I hope so.
Actor.
I would love that.
Yeah, when you were making this, did you kind of know that you wanted something pretty special?
You know, yes. You never know, though, whether it's going to strike a chord with the public, either commercially or artistically. You just don't know, no matter how great the ingredients. But we had the original book by Robert Harris, then we had a phenomenal screenplay by Peter Strawn, who had done Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Then you have Ray Fiennes and Edward Berger, and then the rest of our cast, and Rome, and we're building the Sistine Chapel, and so you have these phenomenal ingredients, but it's a little bit of a miracle to make a movie, and then for people to really embrace it is another little miracle. And so you hope, and you feel like it's all possible. But,
Definitely. I have a little bit of a question for you related to just thinking of the fire that's gone on in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Do you do much filming in LA?
Haven't done much filming in LA recently, but there certainly is lots of filming in LA, and it's we were in Los Angeles for the Golden Globes that Sunday. The fire started Monday, and it was very scary for everybody. And also with the tremendous winds, it's like, okay, what's going to stop this from just being devastating all throughout LA? And it was so devastating to the areas that were hit. Family, I mean, we have friends who lost homes, and awful. I mean, they're doing an amazing job of rebuild, of planning to rebuild, of raising money and helping people, but it's a lot of lives ruined.
And in terms of, I'm sorry to hear that, and I had friends and colleagues too, but in terms of more productions being made in LA and making sure that still happens, what are you kind of doing? Is there something on your mind? Are you doing?
Well, I think ultimately the state of California is helping with that. In general, this stuff turns on a dime, right? Where you shoot a movie is so much about the money you have to shoot the movie. So we look all over the world, honestly, to shoot for where there's tax credits or funding or less expensive places that you could shoot. And then California has a tax credit, and they're just increasing their tax credit, and they're adding money to it, and those things really help. Plus, it is nice to stay home. I live in New York, but it's nice for many people, for LA-based producers and actors and directors, to stay home once in a while. So those tax
from Tapestry. Good, how are you? Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, good. How are you doing? I know, trust me, I wanted to find hand warmers but I couldn't. I know that people have come and spoken to us.
She's in the Brutalist.
If we can, we'll try and get people information. First told me
No, I'll make sure there's no one around.
Timmy. I mean, well, I don't know for a long time. I'm obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah. Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thank
Yeah.
you. Congratulations! What an amazing film to be part of and to be here during the awards
Yeah.
season. How have you found this kind of side of things?
It's really exciting. We work really hard to make films, you know, that are independent, that are of this scope, and it's just really fantastic to be recognized and to be doing it with some of my best friends that I've known for 10 years, and it's just that feeling of real joy, and I'm way more relaxed than I think I should be, but
You should definitely.
but you know,
be
it is a
relaxed.
real
It's
celebration. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, just incredible artwork.
I know.
Getting people to talk about and think about your projects. What do you think you learned from working alongside, you know, Agent Brody and Guy Pearce and people like that?
You know what? They were so incredible. I think their kindness and their dedication to the film was really inspiring, and it's a reminder that you can be kind and you can be great at your job. I think there's this sort of myth around tyranny being productive, but I think the opposite is true.
A quick question, thinking about the fires that happened in Los Angeles, how important is it to keep productions being made in Los Angeles?
So important. I was in LA at the time when it happened, and it was really devastating. I think it's such a strong community of filmmakers there that most people who live there work within the film industry. So to keep them going, to make sure that they can rebuild their lives means that they also need to work, and I think that sense of making sure they are supported and surrounded is
What
really
I like best
important.
about the BAFTA is that it is a celebration of
Outfit, and why was this the right thing
and
to wear
it's
for
so
the carpet?
important.
This is Louis Vuitton by Nicolas Ghesquière, and it was very, it was sort of the perfect dress for my character and I to meet in the middle almost. She's very glamorous, she likes the occasion, and so I thought, well, this feels not too shabby.
We can be transported
Thank
into
you.
the great night.
Thank
What I
you.
also love about BAFTA is that it's got so many great charitable organisations out there.
I'm a bit nervous
And this is about nurturing the
Sarah, perfect chair.
Hi, hello, nice to see you.
and your career.
Hi.
This is an exciting
Whoa, isn't it? Yes. If a little chilly.
Completely. For anybody, we're live streaming at the moment as well. For anybody who's looking forward to tonight's show,
Excellent, welcome. They can look forward to an evening that nobody can call, I think. You know, some years it feels like there's one or two big hitters that have kind of pulled out ahead. This year, I think, of the 42 nominated films, every single one of them could be a winner, and that's what makes it exciting, I think.
exciting to maybe have some musicals.
Yeah, horror. 3 horror films, and you know, animation and comedies, and yes, and those huge big societal sort of epic commentary pieces like Brutalist, and then very, very intimate portraits like Hard Truths. So real variety.
It's such a mix of variety, and of course this year here in the UK we've got the best
Yep.
It might do. I was hypnotised, so I couldn't
maybe
remember being
the biggest
hypnotised.
surprise perhaps, or to kind of like come through. I just wondered if we could talk a little bit about that category and that movie.
I think it's really important for us to have Best British Film. It kind of widens the range of films that we're able to honour and also encourage people to go and watch. And it's great to see the variety in that. You know, again, you've got Kneecap, you've got Outrun, you've got Bird, the Andrew Arnold film. There's such a variety in there. And it maybe, hopefully, gets people into those cinemas, you know, onto the streaming services or wherever and watching those films.
Definitely. And finally, we talked about it before actually, but the fires that happened over
Yeah.
our friends, our colleagues in America, who are thinking ahead to the Oscars. What will there be tonight?
Yes, a little bit. Yes, I'm a pianist, so.
You know, we would want to say that we are, you know, we stand with our colleagues and our friends, many of whom are BAFTA members in LA, and we stand in awe at their resilience as they begin to rebuild. And not most importantly, we're also very grateful for those from the California community who have been able to come and join us tonight, and we really and truly welcome them.
Well, I mean, the most
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
How lucky.
Music on the picture. You know, he rather asked me to make the film better and find spaces for the film. And I really love being with him in a kind of collaboration and talk with him. And we already did that with All Quiet on the Western Front. And I think from there,
Thank you so much.
again with him, and that was very nice. Because I think everything is different.
Yeah, so that will then be the last one. Yes. Can I bring 4 photos?
Thank you. Hi. Volker, nice meeting you.
Yeah, we're out live. I just wonder if you could just introduce yourself for our people who are watching
Yes.
on live stream.
Well, I'm Volker Bertelmann. I'm the composer of Conclave.
Composer of Conclave. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
This is the film that leads the way here at the BAFTAs. How exciting!
Yes.
Are you enjoying this award season journey?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always fantastic when you are, acknowledged, and when you have a long journey with colleagues, with with the people from your film, but also with other composers, which is also wonderful because you hardly meet other musicians and other people from your craft. And so it's an enjoyable process. It's very tiring sometimes because you have to travel a lot, but at the same time I love it.
And doing a movie like this, a thriller, a fast-paced thriller, is different from every previous movie. I mean, we were asked to want to do different things.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of creating a score for something that is actually quite fast-paced?
Well, I think it is not only a thriller. It has it needs in a way also the sensitivity of making space for questions about the world, about questions about belief, for example. And if you overpower that with thriller music, then it becomes very quickly, the dynamic range is not, is maybe sometimes too big. So you have to find a sensitive way of propulsing elements that are propelling in a way, or creating tension. And that was maybe the most difficult thing, to create these moments where you feel like something in your stomach, and you feel uncertainty in a way,
So true, yeah, I thought that too. I thought those things. Listen, I've got a bit of an off-topic question. We also
You work on these for such a long time.
I felt I wanted, because I'm a musician and I'm wearing normally when I'm on stage, I'm having a lot of, let's say, more casual clothes that are a little bit in a different shape. And I had always a very traditional tuxedo, but I never felt very happy with it. And so I was looking for something for men, which is not so easy. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Get to reunite with some of them tonight.
Thank you.
actually, we will talk about your film, of course, but choosing the right red carpet outfit is important. Why have you chosen to wear what it is you're wearing?
Oh, that is an awfully good question. I found what I thought would look nice. I am not good. We in animation, well, I'm not going to speak for Jeff. Me in animation, we are people who don't like to be out in public. That's why we do what we do. That's why I draw and I don't act. So I hide myself away. So this is unusual. Yeah, so we do our best. I do my best to look nice, and hopefully it works.
Listen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing for Best Animation. This whole award season journey that you're on, how's it been?
You know, I keep describing it as it feels somewhat out of body. It all feels very surreal and overwhelming, but in a very positive way. But it just it's incredible. And again, you know, to Chris's point, we're used to kind of just being off on our own, doing our thing, making our movies for 3 years at a clip, and so getting to do something like this is not something that we get to frequently do. And when it happens, it's very, very exciting, but also kind of it's big. It's big for us.
And all you animators, mates, is it competitive, or are you looking forward to chatting to your other fellow animators who are here tonight?
Oh my gosh, you know what? It's a big family. You know, we don't all stay at the same studio. We'll bounce around and go from studio to studio as well. So they are all our friends, and everything that they are doing, we encourage and we are interested in, and we learn from each other. Like everybody, discovers things and finds new ways of doing things, and we inspire each other.
Yeah, and their success is our success. Everyone's breakthroughs kind of help all of us collectively move forward. So we are always rooting for each other.
Just thinking about the fires that happened in Los Angeles.
Yes.
We've been talking about production. Do you think that there's enough production still being made in LA?
I mean, I think overall, even prior to the fires, I think that's been an issue, and even now with the fires, it's. Is always a good thing.
When you say there's a problem, do you mean that there just wasn't enough being made in LA, or people going it's too expensive?
I think it's a complicated issue, right? And I think a lot of it, a lot of the issues pertain to budgets and finances and affordability and that kind of thing.
Okay, I just wondered if you had a take also in terms of thinking about having more production in Los Angeles or making it more affordable or whatever. Is that something that's important?
Well, I'm not the producer, so I don't know the answer is as good as he does. I think there's a lot of animation in Los Angeles, and so having enough to keep everybody there busy would be ideal. We are really well adapted to doing things remotely. Some of our development artists were in France, and some of our story artists were in San Francisco and Santa Barbara and places like that. So it's the nature of it means we can work with artists if they are remote. So it's a little bit of both, but I think that having Los Angeles be a robust place for animation always, I think, would be the goal for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Oh, Chris and Jeff, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, really? Oh, yes. Especially Chris. Chris always has really fun. Yeah. My shoes are a little more. Yeah.
Listen, congratulations, a great animation and a really great category to be part of. I just wonder if you could speak to that a little bit. It's the first time we've had that category.
Yeah, it's wonderful that BAFTA have got a category for family and children film. It's such an important part of the industry, and it so gets left out at award ceremonies. So fantastic to put that front and centre, especially now after what children have been through these last few years with the pandemic and all that stuff, and saying like let's celebrate this. So what a thrill to be one of the first nominees.
Totally. And could you just tell us a little bit about the theme of this animation and why you wanted to tell that story?
Yes, I suppose there are many themes running through it, but the two main ones, I suppose, that I've been working with lots of other people on a project all my life, which introduces young people to the countryside, to nature, because I believe the connection with nature is so important to them in all sorts of ways, whether it's their mental well-being or whether it's their understanding of the world about them and the conservation of it and all the rest of it. This film connects the young person to that story. It's about a young boy, an urban boy who doesn't really give much about that, and meets a man on an island who is living in the middle of a paradise, and the child is introduced to this, taken by the hand and guided through, and by the time you finish the story he's part of it, and that's what we want all our children to feel, part of the world about them. So there's that. And the other thing is so important just at the moment.
Thank you both very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you.
All time. Oh man, that's a tough one. I feel like the one that popped in my head is Succession. More recent, but
Who will these guys, Marissa.
Okay.
Oh, here we go, Marissa.
Here. They've never been on one of these red carpets with me, so they're having a great time, and yeah, it feels like a fun celebration.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And tell me about like your importance of a BAFTA nomination.
It means so much because I feel like the quality of what's celebrated at this awards is so high, and it's something that I've always, had so much respect for anybody that's nominated in these spaces, especially in my category. And so to be nominated as a composer for the BAFTA is just, it means a lot.
Tell me about your outfits. I think.
Oh, thank you.
When it comes to what to wear to the BAFTAs, how do you decide?
I had help. My stylist Wendy and Nicole picked this out for me, so they're amazing, and it's Xenia, and it's always fun for them to help me figure out what to wear, and we always try to find some way with the Wild Robot to include something kind of natural. So I have these cufflinks that are these little floral moments, and every piece I've been wearing has some sort of like floral element. But yeah, I always find it fun to have something interesting like architecturally and all that, just to be able to have some sort of expression with what I'm wearing. Yeah. Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah. Mainly the floral aspect. I feel like every outfit I've worn to a red carpet so far has had some sort of natural comment on flowers or the environment or nature, just because the Wild Robot has so much of that in the film. Yeah. Yeah. I think they will. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Have a good one.
I love Nickel Boys this year. It just blew me away. That and The Brutalist are both this year incredible films. When I was younger, Lost in Translation had a huge impact on me. The Breakfast Club had a big impact on me. Clueless. And I also really love Hunger and Shame by Steve McQueen. So that's a few. More than 4. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Oh my God. Hi ladies, I'm Sarah. It's really nice to meet you both. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Incredibly important.
Thank you.
Being up for a BAFTA in the documentary category, just tell me how important that is.
It's so incredibly important because so many of my favorite films growing up wanting to be a documentary filmmaker, so many of my important films were nominated and have been at the BAFTA. So to be here with our first film after 10 years of making it is truly a dream come true. It just means everything. Such a global community, right, supporting this film. So that means a lot.
10 years, congratulations.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I'm gonna reserve. I'll do it for real at some point in some project, or I hope to.
Yes. So many well-rounded themes in this film, but specifically the visitation practices that happen that continue to harm our families. Is that visibility, hopefully, will make people think about how we're voting, what we should vote for, and what we should no longer stand for when it comes to making sure that we strengthen and connect our families. Because this should not be something that children specifically should not have the right to hug their families, touch them, and continue to have parents parent from the inside. And I believe, too, that the visibility around our impact campaign would allow us to be able to make those changes and to continue to expand our program that we do. Just because it's in Virginia doesn't mean that it can be everywhere. And so we're really excited that the film is allowing people to think differently, really outside of their box. Yes.
Amazing film.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A quick question. We're thinking about the fires that happened in Los Angeles and just reflecting on the films that are made there. Is it important about, like, as filmmakers to make sure there's lots of production in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I mean, like now when we can choose like where to go, I think that a lot of people should be thinking about shooting in the States, what we can do in LA. There's just so many friends of mine have just been sitting and not been able to work. The last 2 years has been really hard, and now with the fires, of course, it's nice that this conversation started to bring things back home and do what we can to support each other.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You do the same.
And he does a great job getting through the theaters, and that's miraculous.
You're standing like right beside me. Let him do that. Voice that for us. You just stand in the background. Yeah, just stand in the back.
Okay, so
visibility.
Actually, do Marissa.
Hi.
Okay, so if I disappear, that's what's going on. But if you need anything, she has my number and she'll be able to.
Thank you, love. Hello, how are you doing? I'm Sarah from Reuters.
Hi, Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Really nice to meet you too. Here we are on BAFTA afternoon. Tell me what it means.
I know. I don't even know what time of day it is.
I know. I keep saying the evening, and I'm like,
morning.
Actually, the afternoon. Yeah. What does it mean to get a BAFTA nomination? Why is that significant?
I mean, our film, I'm so incredibly proud of our film. I think everyone was just through the roof with excitement when we were nominated. And I'm so excited for Timothy and Ed. Their nominations are so well deserved. And as is Ariane's and Yessie, our casting director. I'm so proud of everyone who worked on this film.
Just thinking about the variety of films this year, there are a few musicals. I mean, this isn't, and your film isn't a musical, but it is about music.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe a bit of a scene change in seeing some different kinds of films. And I just wanted to be that person to support them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's such an exciting moment for women in film. I think those categories this year have been incredibly competitive and deservedly so. And I think it's also just really wonderful that so many of those performances also had a music component to them. I was talking with Ariana and Zoe the other night as part of a Q&A thing, and we were all just like speaking in admiration of each other and all the work that we all did with, singing and some of us dancing or playing instruments, and I think it's just a wonderful year for everyone to have exhibited all that they can do and learn to do new things.
Yeah, definitely. And were you a big Fourth fan before? Was this a bit of a sort of education in terms of the female talent that were in it too?
Yeah, I mean, I knew his songs, I knew Joan's songs as well, but I wasn't a dedicated fan by any stretch, and this film was an education in all of what they did, not just musically, but in terms of their activism, and particularly Joan's. I mean, she has had an incredibly full life of just doing so many important things in the world, and so it was just an honor to learn about her and take on this role.
And you look incredible. I'm asking everyone, male, female, in terms of choosing your BAFTA outfit.
Yeah.
Why is this the right one? How difficult is that to decide what to wear?
Oh, it's so difficult. Every award show is like a whole journey in decision making. But I love the team at Armani, and I saw these on the carpet, and my stylist and I were sending each other screenshots, and then within a matter of days, this was in my room for me to try on, and I kind of couldn't believe it. It's a beautiful couture dress, and beautiful Bulgari jewelry, and I mean, everyone's been very supportive of me in wearing it. So yeah,
But no, it feels good, and I
we
are enjoying your night.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. And night.
The middle of the night, I believe it. Thank you.
Oh no. No.
another interview, but Goodbye Lenin. I absolutely love that movie. It's you learn a lot. So romantic and fun and heart wrenching. Sean's dead. These are all just like. We're live at the moment. Do you mind just introducing yourself to our live stream audience?
I'm Karan Kandari. I directed Sister Midnight, which is up for Best British debut.
And I'm Radhika Apte. I am Sister Midnight.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
This is a great category to be part of, and as a debut category, what does it mean to you?
I mean, it feels a little unreal, but it's a great feeling it took 10 years to get this made, so it's a nice flagpost on the journey to like see it getting accepted and get some recognition. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit in terms of the themes of this movie, and I think we've got a couple of Indian movies actually at BAFTA, which is really exciting, really good. Why was that important to tell a story?
Yes, the film is set in India, and we both are originally from India, but I don't think the film is Indian. I think the film is very universal, and it's just about outlaws, really. And I think we're all outlaws, and it's I think it's very important to accept yourself as an outlaw, and which is why I think the film is important.
Yeah, and it's like, but I haven't done that. And that's why they're so powerful. Like, it is that discussion that people can have after they have seen something really. What do you hope that they can talk about having seen it?
Wow, that's a big question. I hope when it cuts to black and it gets to the end, I hope people can get the same amount of the sense I get from listening to like a Ramones song, where I felt less alone in the world. There's some other weirdos out there like me. So hopefully the film can impart something similar to an audience.
That's so true. It does though. When you see yourself on the screen, or when you see an experience that you're going through on the screen.
Art's a two-way mirror, so Yeah.
On a lighter note, please can I ask why you decided on the outfit you've got on? Was it a hard decision? I'm asking, what are you wearing? And
I think I tend to sort of function like I'm living in another time, and I kind of wish I was making films in the 70s, so that's kind of what answers that. Yeah.
Can I ask about what you're wearing and why you chose
My beautiful stylist, Rosie, she chose it. I've just delivered a baby a month ago, so I have a baby brain. Don't ask me the names. I'm literally like, so sorry. But yeah, it's all my stylist.
She looks awesome. Yeah, she does not look like somebody who just...
Jose, the director of the short film Adios.
I'm Natalia Kyriakou, co-writer.
I'm Bernardo, the producer.
Amazing, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
BAFTA nomination. Just tell me, what does that mean for you as a creative, the amount of people that might see this film?
I mean, that's possibly the most important thing. I mean, short films are not like super trendy, so this exposition is super important for us so that the film and the story that we try to tell gets to be seen. So, I mean, that's a great gift as a filmmaker. You want to share your story, and this is a great opportunity, you know, to get more visibility.
I think it's a story that everyone can relate to, whether you're we're all children of someone or we have children, and I think that relationship with your parent or your child is something that everyone can sort of universally understand. And me personally, I'm a mum, so working on this story was really lovely for me, because like that pull that you have with your child and them leaving the nest is like something that I don't know, I don't think it's spoken about a lot, and I think it's a nice thing to be able to speak about with people.
And I think if at the end of the film you take your phone and call your parents, it's already a good achievement for us.
Yeah.
You've got your parents here today. Have you got any friends, family with you? Who's supporting?
Well,
I mean,
no, my daughter, I've got a photo of my daughter in my bag, so she is sort of with me. Yeah.
They're watching from home.
Yes.
They're cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I hope you have a really great
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
We're live streaming at the moment. Can I just get you to introduce yourself to everyone who's watching?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Miranda. I'm the director of the short film Milk.
My name's Shonier. I am the producer of the BAFTA nominated.
BAFTA nominated, sorry.
Short film
to remember
Milk.
that.
Yes.
Exactly, congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's a huge deal. What does it mean to you guys as filmmakers to be on that nominee list?
I mean, yeah, it's an honour, it's a privilege, it's all of the amazing adjectives in the world.
It's so exciting. I think, we went to National Film and Television School, so it's a student-made film. So, this time last year we were at film school, and now we're at the BAFTAs, so it's like incredibly surreal, and it's a real kind of full circle moment, because you know we would watch the films that are in the short film category and just try and get a ticket to even get into the building. Oh, and the red carpet, so it's like, you know, we're living pretty much living our wildest dreams, you know.
That's amazing. What do you hope people talk about when they see the film?
I would hope that people might walk away and think something unexpected about the nature of, I suppose especially like addiction, but also like grief, loss and recovery and healing. But especially addiction, actually, just because I think there's so many representations that tend to end in like overdose and death, and I'd like to think what we've got is something that ends with a bit of hope for what many people see as a very hopeless situation.
Finally, who are you hoping to chat to tonight, or maybe bump into?
Andrea Arnold.
Paper Scissors. My name is Alexander Rudinsky. I'm an actor from Ukraine.
Wow, okay. So tell me, let me grab this. What does it mean for you guys to have a BAFTA nomination, especially given everything that is going on right now in the Ukraine? How important is it to be here shining a light on that?
I mean, the BAFTA nomination is an incredible recognition for our entire team. I'm grateful for Alexander, I'm grateful for Hader, our producer, grateful for the entire team that they've made this film possible in the first place. We had an amazing festival journey, and of course the nomination is an incredible recognition. We're very, very, very grateful for that.
Tell me what you hope people take away when they watch this film, the conversation that you hope they have afterwards.
You know what? For Ukrainian people, this story is not an... it's
not special.
Not special, yeah. Because every Ukrainian knows many other stories, horrible stories. Many civilian people knows, but I think for people from Europe, it's very important. even when we were shooting this movie, I felt very
motivated.
Motivated, yeah. And also, 5 days before we started shooting this movie, my friend died in the war, and yeah, I didn't have any chance to. I had to do that, so yeah, it's very important, and it's a great honor to be here with you, because yeah, yesterday I was in Kiev, now I'm here talking with you, yeah, so.
And it's important to keep that conversation going, and like you say, to have the positives, to have the joy, despite the difficult things that are taking place. How do you feel at the moment in terms of what's going on politically? Are you feeling hopeful for the future?
I hope so. I have no idea what the fuck is going on now at this moment, but I hope we can. I'm sure Ukrainian people are very strong, yeah, and we'll see. Fingers crossed, and I hope everything will be good. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Have a nice day.
Coming to an event like this, being part of an event like this, why is getting a BAFTA nomination?
Well, I think it's sort of like a validation, isn't it? When you get nominated, it means that you're legit and that you're sort of like in the upper echelon of what you do. And everyone loves an accolade now and again, obviously, don't they? So, yeah.
Talking about films and things, what are the films that you're most excited about?
Well, this year I thought The Apprentice was remarkable. Sebastian Stan's my guy. I thought Wicked was just delightfully charming. And I think Nosferatu is a complete and utter masterpiece in how to make film and make your audience feel incredibly uncomfortable at the same time.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thank you very much. You too. You too.
That's the main.
celebrate storytelling, but from space theory, there is a nod to
Yes, I bring it back.
the whole culture of filmmaking, and that I know how good Hollywood are.
I want to. I think it's because a lot of the events are in the same space. Not really this one. Like, they want to.
Not this one, but this is actually one of the smoothest, most joyful experiences I've had. I know.
Crazy, isn't it? How are you feeling? Who are you mingling with?
I have just got here, so I'm mingling with you. I haven't seen anyone yet. We've kind of come straight in to chat with everyone and take some photos, and then hopefully when I get inside I'll be able to bump into some people.
What do you think of the mix of films this year?
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Substance.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I think we're moving into this amazing time in cinema where there's so many original stories and they're overlapping and there's so many different genres and some are mixing genres. It's really, really exciting and I really hope it continues.
How do you choose what to wear for an event like this?
I am wearing Versace today, chainmail. How do you choose? I have wanted to wear a Versace chainmail dress since I saw them on the runway. And that's a few decades ago when they first started doing it. It's like a signature. I guess like on any given day, I'm just choosing a vibe. I kind of wanted to feel cool and I wanted to feel classic and I also wanted to feel sexy and got it all in one in this one. So thanks, guys. Everything. I think it's really, it's like a marker. I know when I won, I felt a shift in terms of my confidence. And I also, you know, in terms of eyes on me and the requests of auditioning and stuff, it did change. Having said that, even if you don't win, you've still won. People have seen your film and they've said you're worthy. So, you know, the trophy is really cool. Mine is on my shelf. You know, dinner parties, it has been passed around. But, you know, like I think win or no win, we're all here to celebrate film, and as long as we keep that as the main focus, that's the most important thing. Yeah. No worries. Thank you.
I'm editing a film I made with Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton in Macau, China, and I think I'm going to be done in editing probably in 2 months.
Yes, hi, I'm Michael Pruss, and I'm one of the producers of Gladiator. Gladiator 2.
Being BAFTA nominated, why is it important?
I mean, it's such an honour. I mean, obviously, you know, you grow up watching the BAFTA and, you know, knowing how special it is, and, you know, real privilege to be here today representing Gladiator and Sir Ridley Scott.
Being on such an enormous movie as a producer, I mean, have you just got posting notes? How are you keeping it together?
I have post-it notes under my pillow, you know, in the mirrors in my bedroom, everywhere, and you know, I write on my hands in red pen all the time. But no, you know, it's a lot of attention to detail. Obviously, when you have a boss like Ridley Scott, who is so specific, has a vision, been around for as long as he has, it actually does make a producer's life quite easy, because there is a list of things you do, and you just get them done for him. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Where? Here? Where? Sure.
Of course, you've been a winner before, all quite on the Western front, you know, and now you're back here. How are you feeling in terms of confidence?
How am I feeling in terms of confidence? So you want me to answer this in German? Das ist einfach wahnsinnig schön, nochmal hier zu sein. Wir waren letztes Mal hier mit Im Westen nichts Neues und Confidence, also Vertrauen. Darum geht es nicht. Es geht nicht darum, gewinnen wir oder gewinnen wir nicht. Natürlich will man auch einen Preis mitnehmen, und ich freue mich, wenn vielleicht ein Teammitglied einen Preis kriegt. Aber wir freuen uns einfach, hier alle wieder miteinander zusammen zu sein, zu feiern. Das letzte Mal haben wir uns bei den Dreharbeiten gesehen, und jetzt nochmal zusammenzukommen und hier heute Abend zu feiern, ist ein ganz, ganz schönes Geschenk.
What drew you to tell this story? Obviously, it's based on Robert Harris. What was it that drew you in about this particular thriller and you know, whatever, getting inside what goes on with the Catholic Church?
German or English? Okay. Well, it drew me that I felt like we really had a chance to tell a political thriller that took us into a world that we don't know much about. We've seen it maybe in Washington, we haven't seen it in the Vatican. So I felt like, okay, this is a great opportunity to make a movie like that. But on a deeper level, I really got drawn into by Rafe's character, that he plays, his inner turmoil, his inner journey that he goes through, from doubting his faith to finally feeling a kind of a liberation, and finding a step towards a confidence and being able to walk into the future. So that inner journey was really what drew me to the movie.
I like this character, I like this journey. Can I just ask quickly, how do you decide what to wear to an event like this, and who are you wearing?
Well, it's wonderful. To decide what you wear is we can just wear a dinner suit, so that's very easy. And I was given a wonderful, by my distributor, a wonderful suit by Laura Piana, and I love wearing it. You feel very, very confident. Like $1 million.
I've seen a bunch of comedy geniuses.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Every time people say that, I get nervous. It's going to go horribly wrong.
But you should be feeling great. I wonder how it feels.
It feels wonderful. I do feel nervous. I think it's because it's the home crowd, and it's my sort of film community, as it were. And that also makes it feel very special and very lovely.
Do you know what though? When you saw this movie finish, you got to see it up on that big screen. Was it everything you hoped it would be?
I mean, I always loved the project, and it was a really happy experience from the beginning for me. But you never know how it's going to work with an audience, you know. So that was a wonderful feeling, seeing it with a big audience for the first time, hearing the laughter for the first time, feeling them get into it, you know. Yeah, that was special.
And I guess sort of like revealing what goes on, something behind closed doors, like with the Catholic Church. What was it that drew you to the project?
Well, I think, I mean, Robert Harris, who wrote the book, you know, is always writing about politics, and I think he always finds an interesting angle to come at the politics, and that was what this was. It was a political thriller, but in an arena that we're not used to seeing, and it made everything fresh again. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. Don't be nervous. Go and have a great time.
I'll do my best. Thank you very much.
It is far down the line.
I think it's hard to gauge sometimes how to feel. So to have this, I guess, kind of tie it up as well. And it has, like as you say, it's been a long time. So if this is like the last red carpet I do for Back to Black, it's a pretty good one. You know,
it's a really good one. Yeah. And how did you deal with like the reviews and stuff like that? Because these days everything seems to be a bit polarized.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to me to focus on the job at hand for me, which is like to promote the film and talk about it in a way that I feel is authentic to my perspective on why we were there and why we were doing it. And I think it was, for me, it's always about
incredible category just to be part of.
Yeah.
How are you finding this journey?
It's so exciting. It's so amazing to be here. You know, I mean, I think the thing about this job is that it's very sort of job to job to job. You go from one part to another part, and you just hope that something's landing and it's sticking. So these moments allow you to kind of take a breath and feel, you know, proud and happy. And it's a really, it's an honor. It's a real like honor to me.
Playing Amy Winehouse, I mean, you've done so many different roles, and now you're just talking about reflecting and thinking about things in terms of the impact that had on you, embodying a real person. How did that feel? What's been the lasting impression?
I think the lasting impression, I mean, I think what I learned from Amy specifically is like, she was such a vivacious and tenacious artist specifically, and if I could have learned any lesson from her, it's to be like truly authentic in what it is that I do, and like commit to it entirely and not be afraid of what the product is going to be, but commit to my own craft. And you know, I think that's an amazing lesson to learn from someone.
You're in a really great category tonight. Quite a few of you started in industry.
Yeah.
Is there an industry WhatsApp group?
Producer of Sing Sing.
And Greg Cuidar, co-writer and director of Sing Sing.
And producer as well.
Oh, and producer. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, welcome to London.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the nomination. What does that mean to the outcome of BAFTA?
It's a tremendous honor. I mean, this is, you know, the taste, the quality of films that are recognized here. It's to be part of the legacy of the BAFTAs is tremendous. You know, I think we got a little bit of heavy heart because two of our co-nominees who were formerly incarcerated were denied entry into the country because they had served prison time. And it goes against the grain of everything that they put into their characters and what this movie stands for, the way that they lead in their communities. You know, I think the reality is that for most of the world, if you serve prison time, even though you come home, it's a life sentence. You know.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, you're right. That shines a light on
Yeah.
that, and maybe
Right.
there's going to be a wider conversation. Do you hope maybe that people think actually there's some changes needed there?
We hope so, because a lot of the damage that's been done to the conversation has been done by our own industry through stereotypes that have been perpetuated about people in prison and the labels that have been put on them, and that does damage not only how we think about people in prison, but what we think about them when they come home and how we perceive them. And so it does seem like we're all reassessing a lot as people and opening up conversations that have needed to be had for a long time. And so we do hope that some measure of change can happen, and they can just be seen as people who've changed and grown and are incredible leaders of their communities, like these men are.
Well, also could be a big night for Coleman.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Are you looking forward? Are you going to have like a bit of time to hang out?
I hope so. I mean, that's been one of the special things. I mean, he's one of the busiest men alive, and so the time that we get together is at these award stops. And but it's always like, no matter how much time we have, you know, he always finds you, the way he holds you, the way he looks you in your eyes, and the love is very real between all of us. And we're so tremendously proud of him too. And yeah, I hope to celebrate him tonight.
Yeah. On a bit of a different note, thinking
Yeah.
about the fires and things that have gone on over
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, which we're super sorry about, and the colleagues involved. How important is it for you to film in Los Angeles to make sure that that's still a destination? Is that kind of on your mind?
We've never made any. We live in Texas and have never really made films out there, but a lot of our friends and colleagues live out there and film out there, and it is important. It's a wider problem within the United States in general, where it's harder to make a film there for a lot of different reasons, and so. But it is very important that like our industry not get gutted and lost, and that's something that's very important to us. We can't solve it on our own, but we're trying to find ways to make it viable for independent film to survive and thrive in the United States. So.
Why has it always been tricky to film? Is that a bigger question? It's always been a sort of...
We're probably the wrong people to ask, but you know, we do come out there all the time, you know, because that's where the epicenter of the business is, and you know, all of our representation there is there. The studios are based there, and so to imagine that it's not an industry town in the future, like I can't imagine a world that LA isn't the entertainment capital of the world, you know. So I think we just all need to do is, again, whatever small part we can.
There's a point of view that really feels like was born in the 80s, and that Roy Cohn really ushered into the sort of the zeitgeist that we're still experiencing. I think if you're looking at him now and the things that he's doing and how he's denying reality and flipping the narrative however it serves him. And so, yeah, he stole everything from Roy Cohn, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't want anybody to take credit for him, but as credit that he manages to reinvent himself every decade. But you know, the agenda of fear, the agenda of retribution, revenge, that's not what helps humanity. That's not what creates growth and connection between people. It's very divisive. It's very so. Look, you can't help but get there, right? As you're talking about it, but I think it was important, and I have such a respect for Ali Abbasi and for all of our producers who've gone out there to try to make this movie. And by the way, fairly. I'll say that fairly. We really went and like looked at all the things, even the things that he was doing at the time that appeared pretty good. You know, there was ideas about New York City, bringing it out of the slums of the 70s. There was an idealism. He was on the cover of many magazines. He was being interviewed by Larry King and Oprah and all of these credible people, right? I mean, so we're not denying that all the allure and all of his character, but we're also including the things that we all know as well are very true about him. So, and the goal is to experience this person and walk away and see whether you feel you've understood something else or not, you know, and it's about the understanding. That's what you're after.
And the love from the Oscars and from BAFTA.
Shaped a lot of things that I wasn't aware of until much later, especially growing in a system where people were oppressed and fear was a driving factor. I mean, watching my parents kind of grow up and you know, stand up to communism and look at search for a better life and have to be able to have the freedom of speech, true freedom of speech, not selective freedom of speech. You know, yeah, I think those are all things that I look up to them for. I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm okay as well.
You're one of the most beloved people on the awards season this year. I was wondering, are you aware of this?
No, why?
Because you're so nice. Everybody's
Oh.
like, you're so nice. You're
Oh,
so friendly.
oh,
Like, you think of your, you put thought into your answers, and
Oh, that's so
you
nice.
seem to be enjoying it a little bit.
Is there an easier way to do it?
I don't know.
Oh, I'd rather put slightly less thought. And I don't know. No, I don't know. I thank you. That's very nice of you to say. I feel very lucky to be here. I'm not, this is all more than anybody expected. Certainly from my life and skill set, but also from this movie, which was like a modest movie. So I'm all playing with house money.
Amazing. You're not coming with Kieran?
Well, no, because I knew I was going to be here for the last few weeks, but I was surprised that I was asked to be here. And, I don't know what else to say except I'm very lucky that we're here, and half of my cast is British, so I'm glad I'm glad that they were our link to this country.
When you say you're surprised, you mean maybe like a film like this, getting this kind of recognition, is that what you're
Well, yeah, the movie is super small. It was made for like $3.5 million in Poland, off the grid, by not like one of the major film companies. So we're lucky. It's rare that like a movie of this size gets this kind of attention, and I just try to remind myself that it probably is not going to happen again, which doesn't mean like to really indulge in this experience. It just means to let's say not put too much value in the reception of a movie rather than just try to stay busy.
getting to do something a little bit, more art house like film? Is there more freedom for you? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I mean, as an actor, I do art house movies and big budget movies, and to me it's not that different as an actor because you're there doing your same job acting, but directing a movie, I couldn't even imagine what I would do with sets, and I couldn't even imagine what I would do. My mind just doesn't go there.
How much do you love directing?
Yeah, I like directing. My skills are really writing and acting, and then directing feels a little bit like I'm just trying to kind of protect my scripts, and it feels a little bit like doing air traffic control, and so I'm trying to maybe find how I could be a little more creative as a director. The movie I'm directing now is a little more styled, and I'm just trying to push my skill set.
Would you have Kieran if he wins?
Yes. Kieran, I'd be happier than Kieran if Kieran wins, because Kieran really just puts no emphasis on recognition. He really just is such a great actor, and then he forgets about it and doesn't want to be praised and all that. It's unusual. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're live streaming. Can I get you to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm Mona Fastvold. This is Brady Corbet. We are Brutalist team.
Congratulations, Brady. I mean, you picked up Best Director Golden Globe. How are you feeling going into tonight?
Oh, we're good. We're honestly, we're just happy to be here. It is obviously there's no such thing as best, and we all know that. And well, at least I think that. And I'm just humbled to be, you know, be in the same category as so many amazing filmmakers. So I'm really touched by it.
You talked about how many years in the making this movie was. I think 7. Maybe you could just speak a little bit about that and how it feels now to be here.
Yeah, it was miserable. It was miserable trying to make the film for so many years, and having it fall apart over and over again was devastating. I'm really thrilled that it exists, and that's the honest to God truth. Is like all this other stuff is it's you know, icing on the cake, but I'm really just so thrilled it exists.
What do you hope people take away from it? What do you hope the conversation?
I don't know, you know, I don't. For me, I think movies with a message are kind of, you know, akin to propaganda films. I don't have a message I'm trying to convey. For me, movies are like music. It's something that they're just supposed to be felt, you know. It's like poetry.
Yeah, we spent such a long time exploring these topics that I think we've said, you know, in 3.5 hours we've said everything we have to say about the themes behind the film. Thank you.
I'm not at all. Thank you so much.
You've got a lot of projects coming up where you're celebrating a very famous black man. Has been doing well the whole award season, but obviously last weekend was Critics' Choice, doing even better. How are you feeling going into tonight?
No, we are very happy.
We are very happy to be here. Like I said, a little bit cold, but it's fine. You know, some amazing girls have more, you know, more. How can I say it? More cold dress than we, and we are fine. But it's cold here. But it's warm that we're here.
It's
in
warmer
the same
that
moment.
we win some awards, you know. No, we're still going very slowly.
Step by step together.
Yeah, some forward, you know, and
forward somewhere.
You're also nominated yourself, of course, in the acting category. How important is that nomination to you, and what's the reaction been like at home to this film in Russia?
I don't know. For me, most important than I've met Sean, Mikey, and all our team, and I have these people in my life. It's for me, it's better than any award, first of all, and I'm happy that it's happening with all of us. I think I don't want to think about myself because it's. I don't know, it's not so important for me. But I'm happy that I have new opportunities after this, new suggestions, new meetings with some interesting artists all over the world, and that's why I'm happy, yeah.
Can I get one answer in Russian? Could you just tell me what the reaction to this film has been like at home, and what it would mean to you to win in Russia?
I don't know, we have to ask people. All
Everybody
my friends
will be happy.
I mean, you can speak in Russian.
To Russian people?
Yes. You can answer to me in Russian.
You know Russian?
I don't. My colleagues do.
Окей.
Всем привет.
Всем привет. Спасибо большое за вашу поддержку и за тепло, которое мне пишут, звонят люди и поддерживают меня. Я без этого мне было бы гораздо сложнее с этим справиться, испытанием. Спасибо большое.
Thank you.
I'm so proud that introducing
My colleagues like Jesse over here, just like, I have so many good friends here, and I'm proud of their work. And it feels like, and there's always so much excitement on this carpet. It's like real film lovers, film and television lovers. I love it. I love being here.
When you were making this movie, did you know you were onto a good thing?
Yes, I did, because of the heart around it. It started with Greg Creedar and Clint Bentley, my producer slash director slash writers. Their whole intention was to make something about grace and love and our humanity, and what happens when you pour art into someone who may not have ever had access to it, and see how it transforms their life. That was the whole North Star. And I feel like what we actually wanted to do is what we did, and that's also the way it's been received, which doesn't always happen. So it feels like such a blessing in every step of the way.
That's so important. Can I ask, what are you wearing today? Talk me through this.
I'm wearing Versace today with Tiffany jewels. All this beautiful Tiffany jewelry and Versace. The last time I was here, I told my stylist that I felt like the BAFTA carpet was a party. There was good music. Hannah Waddingham and I were dancing on the carpet, and I said, I want to feel like a party. And so we went to Versace. Versace brings the party.
Do you want to just please see if I can show it again?
All this beauty, all this joy, look at all this. It's Tiffany, these beautiful brooches, this chain. I'm having fun.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
It shows the way you know that we still have to go. Like, unfortunately.
How are you doing? Nice
Really
to see
good.
you.
So good to see you
How's
too.
it going?
Thank you for finding us.
No
So loved and so recognised, not least because of
Hello.
Jimmy.
Are you with him?
Should we just grab you here as soon as they
Sure, yeah. I'll try and wait around.
Who is making the movie? And I think that what defines, how the movie is going to be received. And I love the fact that so many different voices can be finally expressed, get recognition. And I'm so happy, to see that.
I think from all of us around the world for BAFTA and for the British talents that exist for ages. So I love to come, and I love the actual event itself. It's one of the most sophisticated, beautiful, humorous, that British
true that I've been heard. It's such an immense reward, and I couldn't be happier.
I mean, it's not very often that we see a body horror movie. It's not very often that we see a movie with, you know, two female stars at its helm and a female director. There's so much kind of going on. And if you could just talk to that a little bit in terms of, is that hard to get it across the line?
Yeah, everything was hard. You know, when you do challenging projects that are out of the box, everything is difficult because people don't have something else to compare it to. So you create new paths, you create new voices, you create a new world, in fact. But that's, you know, it's a real fight. And once you arrive, like, I think it's great because now people are celebrating it, but it really shows, in my opinion, that we should listen to those new voices that are out of the box, you know, that want to tell new stories. And I think that's also what cinema is about. You know, cinema, I think, is vivid and alive because it renews itself, and, you know, and it welcomes new filmmakers at the table with new stories and new ways of making film as well.
And when you talk about the message, I mean, I watched it, and, you know, for me, I loved it. I was shocked by it. It stuck with me. But that kind of message about thinking about aging and maybe that chasing of youth, is that the message that you hope? Could you answer for me in French?
Oh, bien sûr. Alors, le message, il va bien au-delà pour moi de la question du vieillissement et du fait de vieillir. Il vient de la manière, en tant que femme, depuis, je pense, notre plus jeune âge, on est considéré par la société comme devant répondre à certaines normes de beauté, certaines normes de comportement. On nous met des étiquettes, on nous met dans des cases. Si vous êtes comme ci, vous ne pouvez pas faire ça. Si vous êtes belle, vous ne pouvez pas être intelligente. Si vous vieillissez, vous ne pouvez pas être désirable. Et tout ça crée un rapport au monde qui est extrêmement inégalitaire et violent. Et c'est vraiment ça que j'ai voulu faire exploser dans le film. C'était dire, maintenant il faut construire un autre système. Voilà, et c'était vraiment ça le message du film.
Funny, you really have to me more. Obviously, this has like been a brilliant film for her and a great project, and we've seen success for her. Have you been in touch? Like, how happy for her are you?
I mean, of course I'm happy. You know, like, it's been a huge challenge for her as well to make this film. You know, it was a very risky project, a long shooting. You know, and so to see her performance rewarded today, like, I couldn't be happier for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Caroline, to step one back to
A sort of another era. So people are recognising that, and it's great to hear that. To be honest.
I've been hearing things about
those are sometimes
What are you hearing?
the deepest relationships that they have.
Well, we're talking about it. We're in the process of chatting about it. So we'll see. We'll see what we come up with.
Thanks.
You too. Thank you.
Can I ask you about being BAFTA and Oscar nominated?
I know. I don't know. It is. It's hard to.
Quite shocked.
Oh, don't be shocked. But I'm shocked to be nominated. Yes. So yeah, it's quite fun and interesting, and it's hard to make sense of it all. But it's great.
Romance with the British stage and cinema tradition. So it's a nice way to feel like.
Oh yeah, I think it's justified. Not my nomination, but I think the film's recognition is absolutely justified because the film's stunning and the score is stunning, and I think Brady's a really interesting filmmaker and just has a unique voice. So it's great to be part of something, and it's great that people are seeing it the way that I actually see it. Sort of,
seeing people like Mike Lee.
Tell me why you decided to wear inside. Was it a
I
hard
love
decision
that.
who you wear?
This is Brunello Cucinelli, so how could you not wear something as gorgeous as this? So I love blue anyway, and we've been talking about, they've been dressing me for all the award shows, so I'm really happy to be wearing this for the. This is Artists for Ceasefire. Yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers.
You're a real really big fan of you.
Mm.
Do you think that's the same for actors, or?
I do, yeah. There's a certain burden of imitation and maybe and Oh, I just take it as kind of a compliment from. I love this community. I love the British film community and stage, and I like being in that. I like being in the club of the great tradition of British cinema for even an evening. It's really, it's kind of, it's just a delight. There's so many people in British cinema that I'm a fan of, and I kind of don't get to bump elbows with, and so I love it. It's fun.
When I was watching this movie, I felt like I was really transported back in time. It's like
Yes, it does have a effect of a time portal.
yeah, it just has
Yeah.
to true you in terms of it's more than just a kind of biopic. It's all about
I don't think it is a biopic. I really think it's like it's an immersion in a cultural moment in a way, which is what I love. It reminds me of Milos Forman's films, which I loved. Amadeus and Hair and. Things that don't have plot, that really just give you the experience of a time and the collisions of certain people. But it's difficult, these kinds of films. I think Jim Mangold really pulled off something quite special in that sense, Well, he was wonderful. I loved working with him. We loved working together. We'd like to do it again, I think. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Slowly getting better.
Like Easters, I don't know what I did, and I don't think I can do it anymore, but it was like,
It's such an honor. Yeah, I mean, I love my film so much, and it's been really special that it's being recognized in such a big way. So it's amazing. Yeah.
I watched it quite recently actually, and it was just so high energy. Like for you making this film, can you just tell us a little bit about the process? I believe you also learned Russian. There's a lot of physicality in it. What did it sort of take from you as an artist?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of physical preparation, a lot of
Good. This is what I want to hear.
Okay.
Fantastic. Listen, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your evening.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Next or? Yeah, I really want to do it.
Well, that's thanks.
Okay, no, that's fine. You are amazing.
Would say, I've heard him say his task.
I mean, I actually understand
They just said that easily let us adaptation. But he just when they got that they couldn't get that. So curious about what these actors can do, and you can see from the film that it's really strong on the soundtrack. So all the elements, because I'm biased, I think they're fantastic.
Of course, you playing that lead role, that was a wonderful role to have.
Yes, it came off. I mean, it's a role where the inner life is very important. It's a man listening, a man watching, thinking, figuring things out. I mean, you know, your performance is only as good as the director and your other actor colleagues. So it's a community that makes anything comfortable.
Incredible to get to practice with it. Have that huge on thank you very much.
Yeah, if you keep with us. Sorry, after.
It's all right. Her birthday, so you can't.
Oh, happy birthday. What a great company. I'm going to go and have a hot bath.
BAFTA night.
Thank you.
Conclave. Well done, leading the way. That's super exciting. This movie, what do you think about it that's captured people's imaginations so much?
It's a very strong and layered screenplay by Peter Strawn. So that allows all the different cardinals characters. There are layers to them. There are subtext to them. I think Edward has a real grasp of the sort of narrative tension. So I think as a proposition, a film about a bunch of cardinals might not be very sexy, but I think the intelligence of the way it's written, and I think the way Edward has got us as a group to cohere, and the way we all can, I mean, we were a very happy company of actors connecting and responding to each other. It was a great experience. So I think there's all these energies, a confluence of energies that make it, I think, a strong film.
And I mean, you're up for Best Actor. But it's a little overwhelming. What was it about this role? The person, he played so many different parts, but where did he sit kind of in...
I really responded to his interior life, his sort of moral dilemma. I thought that was it was a wonderful thing to try and get inside of that. I think it spoke to me in some way.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a moment of questioning?
Yes, he is, yeah. I think that's written really well, and so that came off the page, and it sort of was something I wanted to lean into.
And just to briefly look around all the films that we've got up, you've got such a broad range.
Yeah, wonderful film. There's some wonderful films here. Yeah. I mean, I love Emilia Perez and Anora and The Brutalist. There's some wonderfully strong films. It's a good time to celebrate. We need to celebrate these films and these filmmakers. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Just show up now. Now you've met him. You can just turn up with your bags and it'll be fine. Yeah. I think that's great. It's incredible.
really, and beautiful, and really make an impact on the carpet.
Amazing. And then I guess on the other side of it, there was maybe a kind of gothic vibe. Maybe you could put that into words to me.
There definitely has been. I think we've seen kind of this goth rising. Gwendolyn Christie set it off on her arrival in this amazing black gown. And then Felicity Jones and Vanessa Kirby in kind of all black as well, in these kind of classical dresses, which just look stunning on them both.
Was there anybody else that you'd throw in that category just for me for like notes?
I'm trying to think. Oh, amazing Lupita Nyong'o looked incredible in black and white, kind of doing the monotone in two colours. But it really has been a night of black and white, I think. Like we've seen those two kind of opposing colours really speaking a lot on the red carpet.
Just walking behind you, packing things away. Just that final answer that you just gave me,
Yeah.
black and white. So it's been a mixture. And who's managed to pull that mixture off?
So the mixture, I think, of black and white has really been seen on the red carpet, and it's been amazing to see that parallel. And we saw Lupita Nyong'o wearing both colours, which I think is fabulous.